Welcome, beautiful souls. This is messages for each menstrual phase. This is the period, follicular, ovulation, and luteal. There is an associating crystal with each one. We have the red jasper mushroom for the period. We have the lapis lazuli mushroom for the follicular, the aragonite for the ovulation, and the amethyst for the luteal. I also have a red ring for the period, the flowers for follicular, this beautiful heart ring for ovulation, and the star for luteal. So for the days, if you're not very familiar with it, days 1 to 7 are the period. This is your internal winter. This is where everything is being shed, both physically and metaphorically. Internally, you're going through a lot of change because there could be a lot of things just coming up from the past that are trying to be cleansed and purged. Then the follicular is days 1 to 13. This is your internal spring. This is where your energy is coming back and you're having a lot of more ideas and you're really getting more outside instead of being cozy and cuddled in bed. The ovulation is days 12 to 18. This is your internal summer. This is where you are at the peak energy. You have the most ability to really get out and to socialize. This is great for meetings and writing. This is also peak sensuality time because this is biologically when your body is trying to have a child. So this is a great time to focus on projects. Then luteal is days 15 to 28. Internally, this is autumn/fall. This is the phase where your energy is growing very low. Same thing with your patience. Anything you've been holding off or ignoring is going to come up in this phase. Oftentimes, this is the phase that's the most neglected. A lot of the time, we're so used to these two phases of go, 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 push, push, push. And then the luteal comes around and we can't keep going like we were for the past 2 weeks. The luteal is the wise, wild, chaotic woman who really takes no bullshit, no prisoners, really just not worth the stress. This can be a really difficult time for people, but it is worth it. And if you can learn to accept and work with yourself in that phase instead of against, that will be wonderful. Let's get started. We have the tarot messages and then one self-care oracle card. The connecting crystal is red jasper mushroom. Red jasper is great for grounding your root chakra, which is all about your safety, your security, and your stability and survival. Then mushrooms, this is such a stable and grounded crystal. It's just so cute. So anything red, but specifically red jasper will really help. And then my red ring for the association because, well, red is the ultimate color associated with the period because of the blood. The messages for women in their period phase, the very first message is you know you need to leave this in the past and really trust in the universe and have faith that this is for the best. You were working towards this connection, whether this is business, but I'm getting more romantic. It didn't work out. It was not fulfilling and satisfying in the way that you wanted. So take all of the lessons that you've learned and keep growing. Raise your standards and understand that there will be a person that matches your energy. There will be someone out there that's better for you when it comes to your goals, your aspirations, your values, your beliefs. Just someone who's really gonna match your energy. This person is gonna be very playful, but also wise and hardworking. They're really gonna make sure that you are fulfilled and that you are satisfied. They're not gonna be selfish. They're really gonna have a good balance and head on their shoulders. Trust that this connection is out there for you. But in order for that to come in, you really need to let this past relationship go so you can make room for something better. In the meantime, just work on healing, work on yourself, work on really getting to know yourself and valuing your time, your energy, and your effort. And we have take a walk. So with this, I'm mainly getting outside. Stop being so stuck inside the house. Even if it's it's winter right now, which it is when I'm recording this, bundle up and go for a walk, because there's so much wonder and beauty outside that you're missing being stuck in one room or in your entire house. Just really detach and let go and go for a stroll. Not to mention, if you have any cramps or just discomfort and tension, walking and movement will actually help to ease that discomfort and those cramps. But also just yin yoga will really help as well. Just taking it slow and really being in your body and not focusing on achieving something specific. Just achieve mindfulness and be in your body so you can listen to the wisdom that is coming to the surface. So that is all I have for the period. Next we have the follicular phase. The associating crystal is lapis lazuli. This is really good for communication and opening the throat chakra. It can also bring you peace, calm, and serenity. With the follicular phase, this is really where you have more clarity and you're able to articulate your words better than you have in the past 2 weeks of the period and the luteal phase. So really take advantage of the communication and your ideas and being able to express yourself. And the connecting ring is the flowers, because being your internal spring, this is where things are growing and the effort that you've been putting into something is starting to manifest slightly. But just keep going. Remember not to say yes to too many things, because you really don't want to burn yourself out. And even though this is a masculine energy of the phases, don't forget to continue taking care of yourself, because you really cannot put your all on other people. You really need to take responsibility for your own self. So with the Empress here, I'm getting this is the perfect time to create, especially with the Page of Wands. This man is really observing and looking at the details of their creative projects and pursuits. So really breaking down what you have to do and getting the ball rolling to actually start doing it. We also have the Five of Cups, which is crying over spilled milk, really focusing too heavily on the losses and not realizing what you still have that is good in your life. Really bringing in and incorporating more gratitude into your life so you get out of this lack mentality and more into this abundant mentality. We have the Six of Wands. This is really all about success and fulfillment. What you're doing is going to bring you success. Just make sure you actually want it. I do think you are on the right track of where you want to be and what you want to do. It might just not be manifesting the way that you want it. There could be some disappointment currently going on, but just keep going. Seriously, it will get better. I'm not going to say it'll get easier, because it might not, but right now you're really laying down the foundation to grow upon, and a solid foundation is not built in a day. If it was, it's not very solid and stable. Not only do you need something stable, but you also need to be flexible. What you're doing right now is bringing in all of these lessons and really helping you to grow and to learn. So just be appreciative of this phase right now, because I feel like what you truly want, you're not ready for right now. I'm not saying you'll never be ready, because you will, but right this second is not the time. So continue to really examine and evaluate what you want, continue to create, and to make sure that you don't give up, because the only way you'll fail is if you give up. But if you keep going, you will succeed. We have connect with the earth. So just like in the period phase, going out and taking a walk, connecting with the earth, not only just the trees and the animals, but also the crystals and things that come from the earth, such as natural plants and fruits and vegetables. But if you can connect with the animals and go to the zoo and really just understand your part in the entire universe, understanding that you are one single droplet in the entire ocean and you are one with the universe. You are the universe. And when you're out in nature, you can really feel that connection with everything relaxing and being more mindful and being able to meditate. And meditation is not very hard. Truly, you can meditate in so many ways, but really grounding yourself in your body from head to toe and being in your senses and having inner stillness and quiet and peace is a great way to meditate, because it helps open up your mind and you can just channel so much wisdom, because you do have access to this infinite knowledge and infinite wisdom. But being in nature and connecting with the earth is the best way to do that and to unlock unlimited potential for what you can accomplish within your life. That's gonna wrap up the follicular phase. Welcome to the ovulation phase. The associated crystal is aragonite. The reason I was drawn to this is because it really helps to open your sacral chakra, and that deals with your sense of creativity, pleasure, sensuality, emotions, flow, and femininity. But it's also a great cleanser, and it's just so beautiful. The associating jewelry is this beautiful heart, and with ovulation, this is where you're at your peak. So with the heart and the cleansing, this is just a great time to flourish and bloom and blossom like a flower. This collection of cards can be a little daunting, especially the 10 of Swords. What I'm getting with this is, yes, you're in a lot of pain. However, this is the end of it. 10 is finality and endings, and it will bring rebirth, and you can't grow without pain. You can't appreciate the light without the dark. You can't appreciate the good without the bad. So this is necessary change and necessary pain that had to happen in order for you to grow and to become the best version of yourself. There's this underlying theme within the period phase of this relationship that's ended, whether it's romantic or platonic. Take the lessons and keep going. Take what you've learned and what you have grown from and continue to keep going. With this, I'm not getting a real person, I'm getting an energy. So the King of Swords, this is a person, so this could be you, who has a lot of clarity. They have a lot of intellect and logic and analytics. However, they can be too analytical. They can be too in their mind to the point where they don't trust their emotions, they don't trust their self, they don't trust their love. They stop trusting their heart because they are so focused on their mind. However, this person is someone who is stable, but who goes more on logic and reasoning than they do intuition and emotions. There's a lot of thoughts going on, and I feel like the thoughts are definitely what's causing the stress and this pain. Allow it to come forward, journal it, get it out of your mind, acknowledge it, and this is the steps to healing. Once you allow yourself to feel it and acknowledge it, it's a lot easier to just let it go. Right now you can't see it, but I just saw a flock of birds like go in a circle. So that's two things. The very first thing is freedom and detachment. It reminds me of the 10 of Swords in the Light Seers deck. That is a woman walking away and there's 10 birds. With that, I'm really getting detaching from the situation and from this person, because it's come to the full circle. It's come to an end, and you can't keep holding on to the good or romanticizing the past, because the past is not the future. However, the longer that you drag it into the present, the harder it will be to let it go. So really acknowledge the truth of the situation. Say thank you for the lessons, thank you for this person, but I let you go. And it will take time, but it will be easier and it will get better. Also diving into your unconscious and subconscious, because the way you react, your beliefs, and the things that you do throughout your day, about 95% of it are done from your unconscious brain and the unconscious part of you, which is not thinking about what you're doing, you're just doing it. This is how we build habits. This will allow you to become more conscious of what you do and what you say and how you react, as well as what you believe and what you expect to happen. Really diving into your past so you can understand why you are the way that you are, and if you don't like it, you can take back the control to change it. Then with the Queen of Wands, this is a woman who, I'm getting this is also you. Both of these characters are your energy. They are two sides of you. The masculine side, who is very logic but protective and stable and organized and grounded and secure. And the feminine, which is more optimistic and joyful, creative and passionate, as well as very nurturing and motherly. She's also very, very intuitive, but she's willing to go with the flow of life and not try to control it. She understands that you can't control the external life, but you can control your internal world and what you do in yourself. I also love that she's holding a sunflower, because the sunflowers are well connected with the sun, but it also is a representation of joy and brighter days to come. And with the sunflower and ovulation connected together, this is where you are at the peak of blossoming. With the Six of Pentacles, this is about harmony, but also not being afraid to give, understanding a balance of give and take. What you put out is what you're gonna get. If you are so afraid to give, you're not gonna be able to receive much, because you're in this fear mentality and not this abundant mentality. I'm not telling you to go out and give your paycheck and every single penny that you have to everyone. I'm just saying, don't be afraid to give sometimes without the expectation of what's in it for me. Because when you give with an expectation of what's in it for me, then it's just coming from the wrong place. You're not actually wanting to give. It's more of a selfish, I'm doing this because I want something back. If you can't give without expecting something in return, then don't bother giving at all, because you just want to make sure that you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart and not out of the greed and the ego of, well, I want something out of it. Well, how about the fact that you just help them? Because that's great. Yeah, so beautiful. So we have clear your energy field, cleanse, both with visualization, sage, sound bowls, tuning forks, tongue drums, hand pans. Really, there's so many ways to cleanse your energy. Just do it, because when you don't cleanse your energy, any energy that you absorb throughout your day is just being stuck within your field. I don't want to keep saying energy, but it's stuck within your energetic body. And when you don't cleanse that, it takes its toll on you. So make it an effort to cleanse yourself every day, whether it's through showers, sage, incense, Palo Santos, visualization, tuning forks, sound bowls, hand pans, affirmations. Truly, there's so many ways that you can cleanse your energy. Just do it every single day, so you're not bringing in someone else's energy into your day, especially late at night. And when you're at work and you come home, leave work at work. Don't come home and start ranting about what happened. Journal, so you don't have to bring that energy onto other people. And of course, it's okay to talk about things that are frustrating you, but immediately you don't want to let it have so much power over you. You actually choose what you give your focus to, even if it doesn't seem like it. I know, especially if you're having like reoccurring thoughts, it can be hard to get out of this cycle of the same thoughts over and over and over again. But truly, you can focus on something else. It just takes effort, and eventually it will get easier, I hope. So that's gonna wrap up the ovulation messages. Okay, so we're on our very last phase, the luteal. Internally, this is autumn/fall. This is truly where you just want to come back in and you want to lay in bed. You just want to take things slow. But when you resist, your body is going to be hurting. You're just going to be having a rough time. So really stop resisting and it will get easier. The associating crystal is amethyst. This is really to bring in some calm and peace and serenity, because sometimes this phase can be a bit difficult. However, amethyst can really help to slow down and to take your time. It also helps to open up your third eye chakra and your crown chakra. They are about your intuition, your dreams, perception, visualization, and your imagination. It's also about your connection to a higher being, as well as your knowledge, your wisdom, clarity, inspiration, and memory. jewelry, but it's your ability to learn and to grow. The associating jewelry is the star, because when you are in alignment with yourself, you're truly glowing even if you feel impatient. The tarot messages for the Luteal. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay to be flawed. It doesn't have to go exactly as you plan. What I'm getting with this energy is with the sun, this is about vulnerability, being seen, being optimistic, also about purity and cleansing and just looking on the bright side of things. Then with the devil, this is self-entrapment. So really allowing yourself to get caught up in bad habits, maybe just bad thoughts, or being in a connection that you know you're not meant to be. This can also be about lust and greed. And with the Ace of Pentacles, there's this brand new opportunity when it comes to finances. And right now in the Luteal phase, you can be very, very critical. And I think with the devil coming out, I think the critical part of yourself is aiming it towards yourself. And this is part of a bad habit that you're trying to let go of. But this is a great time to organize, to edit, to really comb over and look at the fine details of things, because this is a great time to focus your attention and to make plans. We have the Strength, so this is really about the internal. Honestly, I'm getting to calm your inner demons, really taking in the control back into your hands, because it may seem scary, but look at how at ease she is when it comes to this scary and dangerous animal. It's really not as scary. I'm getting this is a part of yourself that you've been putting off and that you've been afraid of, but welcome her with arms wide open. I'm getting like working with Lilith and Medusa. Lilith and Medusa are both completely misunderstood, and they really do get a bad rep when it comes to their story. They've been villainized. The people who win always get to tell the story, and understanding that there's more than one side to every story, but trust yourself when it comes to the situation and with your own life, because especially when it comes to your own life, because I feel like you've been holding so many burdens in your life and it's time to let it go, but you need to speak up for yourself. We have Look to the Stars. So not only working with the moon phases, but also understanding your astrological chart and understand what's going on with all of the planets and how you can use them to your advantage for your own goals and aspirations. If you don't know what you're interested in when it comes to your goals long term, you need to sit down with yourself and really dive into what you want to accomplish and try to put a time frame on it, because when you have an unlimited time frame, you're not really in a rush to get it done. But if you say, okay, I have 3 months to do this and this, okay, cool, now you have a specific time frame that's hopefully realistic. And if you don't have 3 months, then do 6 months or a year or even 5 years. Just set goals with a time limit so you actually have pretty much a fire under your ass to get you going. So it's not a, oh yeah, this is what I want, but since I don't have a time frame for it, I can do it whenever. So that's gonna end this reading. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helped, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post, and have a great day.